Good morning, guys. Good morning. This video, I want to talk about Jehovah's Witnesses and why. This is just me personally. I personally have a hard time respecting them. I have a hard time respecting anyone who gives their lives away for something that they can't even prove is real. They're literally signing up their lives, signing away their lives for a belief that they can't verify is actually true. So it's hard for me to respect someone who just blindly believes without needing proof. Now, some may say, oh, Jerron, doesn't matter what Jehovah's Witnesses believe in. Let them believe in what they want to believe in. Who cares if they want to be Jehovah's Witnesses? That's their choice. That's their prerogative, right? And that's true. Of course, it's their choice. Of course. But as I always talk about, no one knows what's going to happen when we pass away. We're not going to be here forever, guys. So does it really matter? You know, I guess it's all about perspective, but does it really matter if someone's an alcoholic, a druggie, if they're in a high control religion? Does it really matter? Because at the end of the day, we're all going to die. We're only here for, what, 70 to 90 years, most of us? So does it really matter what Jehovah's Witnesses believe in? Because they're going to die anyway. It doesn't matter what they believe in. Let them live their lives until they die. Some people may say that, right? And I personally, I disagree with that. I disagree with that because this is my perspective. If we are only here for 70 to 90 years, if we're not going to be here forever, right? The short period of time that we're here on this earth, wouldn't you want to live your life as real and authentic as possible? No one knows if there's an afterlife. We don't know what's going to happen when we die. So if this is the only one chance that we get to live, if this is it, who wants to spend their life being fake? Who wants to spend their life believing in a false belief system, a false religion? Who wants to spend their life playing the land of make-believe, where grown-ass adults need permission from governing body leaders to grow facial hair, where grown-ass adults need permission so that women can now wear pants at the Kingdom Halls, so that grown-ass adults need permission to raise their glass and toast. See, Jehovah's Witnesses are playing in the land of make-believe, and they don't even know it. They don't even know it. And it's sad that most of them are not even aware that they're going to die. That's crazy. They're not even aware. They, in the back of their minds, they keep saying to themselves, oh, paradise is right around the corner any day now. They still think this to this day. And you know what? They have to think this. They have to. Every Jehovah's Witness, they need to keep convincing themselves that paradise is right around the corner, because they don't want to come to the conclusion that, ooh, maybe this is not the truth. And if this is not the truth, that means I'm going to die one day. No Jehovah's Witness wants to come to that conclusion. So it's way easier for them to lie to themselves and continue to run on this hamster wheel. It's easier for them to do that, right? And that's cool. They could do that. To each their own, right? To each their own. But like I said, we don't know what's going to happen after we leave this planet. We don't know. There might be an afterlife. There might not. No one really knows. We won't know until we pass away, right? But for the life of me, I cannot respect anyone who throws away the one life that we definitely have. This life, our hearts are beating. We're alive right here, right now. And it's sad that witnesses are throwing their lives away on a belief system. Now, you guys know that when I woke up, of course, I was trying to help my Jehovah's Witness family and friends to wake up, right? Like I always say, I don't want no one to die believing in a lie. That's, whew. You know, I was on the phone with my grandfather the other day, and you guys know he woke up during COVID. But me and him had a really, really good conversation, and we kept saying how we both are grateful that we woke up before we passed away. because my heart goes out to all the witnesses that was born and raised in this organization, and then they died passing away. They died believing in a false hope. And to me, that's the worst thing ever. Slaving for the organization, growing old, that's one thing, right? That's one thing. But dying believing in a lie, that is the worst. That's got to be the worst thing ever. And imagine if there is, let's say there's let's say a hypothetically speaking, there's an afterlife, right? Imagine if a Jehovah's Witness, they pass away and then they make it to the afterlife. And like, oh, whoa, what the? My entire life, I was told something else. We was told that there was no heaven, there's no afterlife. I'm dead, and now that I'm somewhere else? What? Imagine how scary that must be for a Jehovah's Witness if there's a afterlife, of course, if there is, right? But me and my grandfather, we were saying how that has to be the worst feeling. That has to be the worst thing ever. Growing old, and then when you die believing in a lie. You never research your religion. You quick to believe the governing body leaders, but never really question it. You just blindly believe. You kept waiting, you kept putting your life on pause. You wanted to get married, and you said, I'll get married in a new system. You wanted to have kids? I have kids in a new system. You want it, and this, I was gonna say this system, but in this world, right? In this world, there's so many Jehovah's Witnesses that have skills. A lot of them can dance, they can sing. They have talent. They could be athletes. Jehovah's Witnesses could be whatever they want to be. But what do? Instead of reaching their full potential, they put their dreams and hopes to the side. And they slave for the watchtower and tract society. That's why I cannot respect Jehovah's Witnesses. I love them. Don't get me wrong. I love them. I'm not here to bash them. I'm not here to make fun of them. I'm just saying I cannot respect anyone who is so quick to throw away their entire life for a pipe dream that they can't even verify. You can't even Google your own religion. You can't even talk to former members like me. You're supposed to blindly believe in whatever the governing body leaders have to say. Come on, man. I can't respect that. And this is, if you are a Jehovah's Witness watching this video, like I said, I'm not bashing you. This is constructive criticism. Constructive. Because no one on this planet should be throwing away their lives for something that you can't even prove is true. Every Jehovah's Witness right now should be like, hold on. I gave 140 years. You guys been saying for 140 years that paradise is right around the corner. You guys been saying this for over 140 years. You guys are changing doctrines, flip-flopping. One minute, men cannot wear facial hair. Men cannot have facial hair because they're supposed to look nothing like the world. You were scrutinized back in the day if a Jehovah's Witness male came to the hall with facial hair. You was taken to the back room. And just like that, because the governing body leaders have decided, now all these Jehovah's Witness men are growing out facial hair, growing out beards. I can't respect that. I can't respect anyone who doesn't respect themselves. Every Jehovah's Witness right now, they should be asking as many questions as possible. They should be doubting this religion because this men, the governing body leaders, they're proven to the rank and file. They're proving to everybody that they are just mere men. And yet Jehovah's Witnesses still follow them. Even after all the failed doctrines, Jehovah's Witnesses still believe in these men. I can't respect that. I can't respect that. I'm not going to respect that. Like I said, this is constructive criticism. If you're a Jehovah's Witness watching this video, I have nothing but love for you. But you got to have love for yourself. You got to love yourself. Now, when I woke up, like I was saying before, I lost my train of thought earlier, but when I woke up, right, I said, there is no way in hell. When I did my research, I said, there is no way in hell that I'm going to let my family, my Jehovah's Witness family and friends, slave for their entire life, waiting for a paradise that I know it ain't coming. I already know paradise ain't coming. When I did my research, I said, oh shit, this is all fake, this is a lie. Okay, Jerron, let me spread the news and tell everybody. Let me tell my Jehovah's Witness family and friends. Let me encourage them to do their research, because this is not the real deal. This is fake. And I couldn't believe the reaction I got from people. If you tell someone that your religious beliefs is false, I've done my research, I did something that you've never done. And we know how that goes. The minute you encourage a Jehovah's Witness to do their research, and I keep thinking that if people know that they're being lied to, or if there's a possibility that people are being lied to, I keep thinking that people would want to know the truth, because I would want to know. If the shoe was on the other foot, I would want to know. If someone knew that this religion was false and I'm in it, I'm wasting away my life, I would want someone to tell me. So that's what I did. And I couldn't believe that Jehovah's Witnesses, my Jehovah's Witness family and friends, well, former friends now, they didn't want to hear the truth. They didn't want to hear the truth about the truth. Quick to call me an apostate, quick to block me, shun me out of their life. But they didn't want to know the truth about the truth. They wasn't even open-minded to the possibility that what they believe in could be wrong. So I can't respect Jehovah's Witnesses. I can't respect people who are not open-minded. I cannot respect it. Like I said, I love them. See it as constructive criticism. If you are a Jehovah's Witness watching this video, see this as constructive criticism. All I'm telling you to do, all I am encouraging you to do, is to do your research. Be open-minded, because you know you're having doubts. Now, the governing body leaders, they're quick to say, don't trust in yourself. The heart is treacherous, right? Listen to us like your life depends on it. The governing body leaders will say this, but yet they're getting minor things wrong. All this time, men could wear beards, women could wear pants, people could toast, all this time. They're telling you that they are not getting directions from God. They're making this up as it goes. And Jehovah's Witnesses, they keep listening to these men, even though they keep getting it wrong year after year after year, decade after decade after decade. People are getting older. Paradise is nowhere to be found. But yet Jehovah's Witnesses continue to slave for this man-made organization. I cannot respect that. I can't respect that. Like I said, I cannot respect anyone who throws their lives away. This life, this could be the only life that we have, and you're wasting it slaving for a man-made organization. Meanwhile, they're telling you, blindly believe us. They're pretty much saying, blindly believe us until the day that you die. That's what they're saying. Keep in mind, Jehovah's Witnesses have been waiting for well over 140 years. People have been born and raised in this organization. They grew old and died. And no one bothered to question, hey, how do I know that this is the truth? Shouldn't I do my research? Because I don't want to waste my life waiting for a pipe dream paradise that should have came a long time ago. If you're a Jehovah's Witness watching this video, and once again, I'm not bashing you, view this as constructive criticism. I love you guys. Now, I'll see you guys on the next one, all right?